Good morning and welcome to Lavender Life Yoga. I hope you're all feeling well this morning and I hope your shoulders are feeling a bit more relaxed from last week. So today we're thinking about contraction and expansion, going within to improve our outlook. You can't pour from an empty cup. First you must fill, and then your cup runneth over to other aspects of your life. It's actually inspired, we're doing contraction expansion by Swami Rama, and this is inspired by actually Corinthians. Know ye not that the Spirit of God dwelleth within you? Okay, so we're thinking about how when we fill ourselves up, our joy, our abundance, spirituality will overflow into other areas of our lives. Okay, so this is going to be a time for you to focus in on yourself. It may not be the longest session today, but hopefully we will come out of it feeling relaxed and ready to start and improve other areas in our lives. So find yourself reclined or however you wish, really. This one works for me. And I want you to spend a few minutes getting comfortable. However that might mean for you. Adjusting your clothes, adjust the position, change positions, sit in a chair, sit upright. It's completely up to you. Then I want to take your time. Just think about your body, where your body is feeling, where it's holding on, where everything's loose, what feels good, what feels less good. And then slowly start to take the attention onto the breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. As the body works on contraction and expansion with that inhale and exhale. For this time, I really want you to think about just you and your body and your mind. When you feel ready, place your hands low down. As you inhale, as you expand, feel the hands being coming upwards. As you contract, as you exhale, low. There's no rush here, just you. You nurturing your body, nurturing your mind, and nurturing your soul. When you feel ready, just lifting up the hands a little bit higher to the middle lobes of the lungs, breathing in and breathing out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, when you feel ready, bring up the hands to the upper lobes of the lungs, breathing in, breathing out. You feel ready, open up the hands out to the side body and just let the breath flow in naturally. And hopefully your breath is now utilising more of your lungs than you were at the beginning. The breath is that bit fuller and that bit deeper for you. Now here I'm going to remove the block from underneath my head. I'm going to start bringing in the pelvis and the pelvic clocks. So I want you to imagine that you've got a big plate, comes down to your pelvic bone, out to your hips and just above your belly button, just below the ribs. And I think you're going to imagine the numbers 12 just below the ribs and 6 by the pubic bone. And so it's like a clock, plate with a clock on it. Now here I'm going to ask you to contract your abdomen to make that plate as flat as possible. Okay? So it's a very small movement, but actually you'll find it's going to be very intense. So really wrap that girdle around, stomach muscles coming in all the way from around the back. So it's got that girdle effect, really holding in whilst you're still maintaining your breath. Remember, when you feel ready, I want you to place a marble into the very centre of your clock. And then very carefully lift it up so it rolls up to the 12. Then round to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep going. 1, feel those muscles. 3, keep that tension going. 6, 9. When you're ready to the 12, roll it back to the middle, take the marble off, and relax the abdomen. Now, if you're doing that with a lot of intensity in your stomach, you would have felt that all the way around a nice big pelvic girth. Take some deep breaths. Tighten up the girdle again once more. Wrap those abdominals, tighten it all up. Place your marble in and roll it up to the 12 and go the opposite way. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. Around again. So those muscles contracting and lengthening as you roll that marble round in the clock. It's quite interesting to find out what contracts and where it elongates and the power that you have in your abdomen. You're ready, roll it back to the center and return back to your breath. Take some deep breaths. More intense than it looked. If you got the sound off it, imagine it looked like I wasn't doing much at all. If you're really focusing in on the contraction, you would have felt that. If you didn't, have another go. When you feel ready, we're just going to come to some tilts. So just tilt the pelvis up and down. Up and down. Not too much, you're just getting a nice rocking movement, bringing in movement into that lower back, place where often as we find we're holding tension. If you're quite happy with this, you can make it a bit deeper if you like. But really find out where your lower back wants to move. If you want to stay with the rocking because it feels good, you feel free. If otherwise you want to start pushing your heels into the floor and lifting up a little bit, engaging that core, you feel free. Remember, if you're coming up, come up vertebrae at a time. Pushing up if you so wish. Want to come up all the way, feel free. Feel that tension in that core, hands flat on the floor. If you feel like you want a little bit more, you can always take your hands, pop them underneath your back, and come into a nice little supported back twist. It can feel quite nice, but really it depends on where you are. Or if you prefer just to take a block, place it underneath the spine, you can either go up tall, a bit much for me today. Oh, actually feels quite good when I'm up there. Particularly when I relax, I can let my glutes relax over the block. Again, you have to play around with exactly where it feels quite good. Oh, I like that. I might stay here for a few minutes. Deep breaths, whatever you're doing. Oh, that's definitely got into my tight lower spot. I'm not sure how you're getting on, but you enjoy what you're doing. I'll carry on for a moment. When you feel ready, you can take out that block, take out the support, or just relax back down. And then when you feel ready, we'll do the counter pose. We'll just hug our knees up into our chest and rock from side to side. If you prefer, you can hold your knees and take them in circles together to massage that lower back into that floor. Going one way, make sure you go the other. As well. That should feel nice on that lower back. Hug them in tight again. You can exhale, bring your head up to your knees. Feel that nice little ball. Bring the hands underneath your knees, make it a bit intense, you can. Or if you wish, you can lie back, do happy baby pose with the legs coming up, the hands to the thighs, the calves, or to the inner feet and gently rock from side to side. One of my favourite poses, but I won't change my angle on the camera. Best just to enjoy the sensations with this one rather than worrying about how it looks. And then release the legs to the floor. Roll over onto one side. Take a deep breath for a moment. No rushing. And slowly, when you feel ready, pushing into the floor and coming up to a seated position. Taking that moment, let's roll those shoulders. And sit up nice and tall. Again, always respond to those lovely natural curves in the back. Just think about the height and the length. Core just slightly engaged. And then when you're ready, drop the chin to the chest on the exhale. Inhale, chin to shoulder. Exhale down. Inhale to the other side. Working with your breath. And the next time you come to one side, just take a pause there. You can always take one hand to the top of the head, just gently ease it over, hand to the floor. You can go hand behind you or tuck it under the bottom. Just find out where it is, just release those scalenes a little bit more. And release, exhale. And we'll come to the side. And add a little extra weight to the top of the head. And weight up and over. And release. Relax. Inhale up. Roll the shoulders. The left hand to the floor. Breathe in as you take the right hand out, up and over the top, into a nice side bend. Push into the floor with the left hand to really ground down with the right glute. To feel that stretch all the way down the side body. A simple stretch, but a good one. You've already inhaled, take the hand behind you, left hand to the right knee, shine through the sternum and twist, waist, chest, shoulder, followed by the head. Hand behind you for the height on the inhale, hand on the knee to twist you further on the exhale. You've already lift up and rotate back. Right hand to the floor, breathe in as you take the left hand out, up and over the top. Again, go round through the left glute, push through the hand on the right, and breathe into that side body stretch. You've already inhaled to the top hand behind you, right hand to the left knee. Shine through the sternum and twist waist, chest, shoulders, followed by that neck. Hand behind you for the height on the inhale. Twist the knee on the exhale. You've already lift up and return to center. I'm going to release my block. I'm going to come into some boat and some boat variations. So, sitting up nice and tall, hands behind the thighs. I want you to lift up, shine through the sternum, and lean slightly backwards. And here I really want you to think about pulling up your pelvic floor, pulling in your abdomen, and rolling the shoulders back. Now, when you feel ready and comfortable in this position, you can use these hands behind your thighs for support. Just play by picking up a little one leg and then swapping with the other. Okay, we're just getting back to our yoga after the crazy year. Don't think you need to come straight back to a big boat pose just yet. Feel the engagement of the muscles. When you've activated and found these muscles, that's the first start. So really go where your body is. If you're feeling quite relaxed, you can always go crazy. Let go if you wish. But really stick to where it's comfortable, where you can maintain. And if you need to relax, just roll forward, head down, take some inhales, some exhales at any time. And when you've already reset, don't come straight back into the pose if you've taken a break. Take that moment, pelvic floor, core, shoulders, shine, and find your balance wherever you need to be. Take those breaks. And when you feel ready, take a moment, relax. You can always hug around those knees, round out that back, get a nice stretch. Okay. We're rolling over. We're going to come in to do a few cat-cows before we're coming into helping with our balance once more. The hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Inhale, drop the back. Exhale, up. If you want to make it a bit more dynamic, you feel free. Listen to where your body wants you to move. And then when you feel ready, come back, shoulders, hands below the shoulders below the hands. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift up those knees and push back to a downward dog. Now, where you are in this downward dog is up to you. Don't think you need to get your heels down. You can pedal out those heels. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. Good loosening up. And when you're ready, walk your feet up towards your hands. Head heavy. Take hold of the elbows and gently rock from side to side. Let that lower back go. And then very slowly coming back up to a stood position. Let me just adjust the camera on one of these things. I never claim to be a pro, just to try my best. Okay. So when you're ready in a nice standing position, let's just come into mountain pose. Weight evenly balanced between the feet. Shoulders relaxed and down. I want you to take a slow blink. Feeling brave, you can keep your eyes closed. And here I want you to draw the energy up from the earth, through the legs. Make sure as you're lifting up, you're lifting that pelvic floor. The muscles that stop you from peeing. Core engaged, shoulders relaxed, shining through the heart center. And here we're going to gently go forwards and backwards, just in a gentle rock. With your eyes open, it's quite easy, although not if you're looking at yourself on a camera, to look elsewhere. If you close your eyes, it's that little bit more tough, and you'll find that by engaging your pelvic floor, pulling your core in tight, those girdle muscles we found at the beginning. If you feel ready, you can go side to side. Again, it doesn't look much on the screen. We're not looking just at the screen. I want you to go from my voice and the video into your center, into yourself. I want you to go round in a circle. Feel those toes engaged, pulling you back. One way, and then the other. Really go in. You go in different directions, forwards and backwards, side to side, angle to angle. Relax those knees, give your hips a little bit of a shake. Roll those shoulders if you want to. Breathe in, take a stretch up, take a stretch back. You feel free where you need. Okay, we're going to take us into rocking poses. It leads us back into a side bend. So I'm not building in warriors just yet into our Friday morning sessions, but we will be building up to them. So find where your pelvis is, but you're going to grab your hips a little bit. Don't go too high, too low. Somewhere, nice little groove, very top of the thigh. And here we're going to bend our knees slightly in my infamous micro bend knee. Again, here we want to use those mountain poses that will lift the pelvic floor, the whole girdle underneath, and then your core will be engaged. And when you feel ready, you can lean forward slightly in this pose if you wish, but not too much. And then when you feel ready, we're going to slide the leg out to the side and in. Try and do it 5 times. Core tight. Yeah, I didn't count. Last one. Keeping that micro bend, keep that pelvic floor, the other leg. And relax. Shake off the hips. Now, if you're feeling quite comfortable with that, you can stay there. If you want to keep that micro bend, feel your feet grounding into the earth, pelvic floor lifted, core tight. You can take your hands out to the side. Similar movement. Inhale, you can come up a little bit if you wish. Find out what's right for you. You can infant teach a good count. I'll do one more. Relax. Roll. Core. Feet lift up. Feet, pelvic floor, core, arms coming out. Relax. Roll. Ease out the hips. Now, if you're feeling a bit more confident, you're going to come in. You're going to hinge forward. Where you're going to hinge is up to you. The same movement to lift the legs up. This time you're going to try and create that bend in the back. Go as crazy as you like here. When you feel ready, bend. Open up the arms if you wish, or you can take them back to the hips for balance if you choose. When you feel ready. Pelvic floor. Relax, take a moment to the side. you're anything like me, I can feel that in the side of my hips. Okay, release. Take any movements you need to release the body. And when you feel ready, open up the legs. Now I'm going to have the feet facing forwards. I'm going to come into a forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Take your hips, the fingers to your hip crease. When you feel ready, leaning forward with the chin. Keep the back flat. Here, you can really push back into those thighs and really feel that stretch. Feel the shoulders coming back down the back. If you want to come further, you can. Keep that length in the back. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, roll forward. You need a block or something to bring you up or move towards a chair. That's absolutely fine. Two ways to come out. One, you come up to a back flat and hinge up. I prefer just to walk my feet in and then roll up. If you're coming up, just be mindful of how your body works and the way you need to move. Lovely. And then we're going to come from here into Goddess. Back to your wide leg, but this time turn the feet out to the more at 10 and 2. Lift up, roll the shoulders back, hands into prayer, and come into a nice deep squat. How low you go, up to you. But remember, this is a nice pelvic, it's the water chakra. You don't have to remain still. You can come from side, you can circle the hips, however it needs to be for you. If you want to engage, lift up a heel, lift up two, go crazy, go for both, where you're engaging your balance, your core. But with this water chakra, keep the pelvic floor tight, lifted, core engaged. Don't think you need to remain static. And if you need to come up, come back in whenever you need. And then when you feel ready, take the hands to the floor, bring the legs in. I'm going to come and lie back down on the floor. And knees bent, sideline twists. If you want to pop some music on to listen, we'll come from here into our relaxation for the end. I usually like a bit of music myself. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, drop the knees to one side. Let your gaze go the opposite way. This is a passive stretch. So when you inhale, find out where you're holding on, and exhale, release. When you're ready on an inhale, lifting up the legs, and exhale them to the other side. Gaze can go the opposite. Passive stretch, find the tension. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. And take a variation with the top leg as you choose. Release your variation. Inhale up the legs. And once more to the other side. Ready, releasing, and finding yourself in a position for your Shavasana. Take the awareness back to the breath. You need to place the hands on lobes of the lungs to identify where you need to extend and deepen. Going in and within. Going in and within. Contract and expand. Contract and expand. Be conscious or subconscious. These are the two laws in life. Contraction and expansion. Contraction of your personality prevents growth. If taken too far, it means you only wish to fulfill your own wishes. This can follow contraction. It can be lonely and sad. If you think only of your little self, this will become a problem in life. Expansion allows your awareness to increase its knowledge of reality. You must be prepared for expansion. Your thinking processes won't lead you to this realm. You must purify yourself so your innermost consciousness can speak to you from inside. At times, to be selfish is important. To think of yourself and put yourself first. If we imagine ourselves as a tall vase, surrounded by other vases, being your children, your family, your job, role as a carer, and someone pours water into your tall vase, if you constantly try to fill up and tip your vase, so it pours into the bowls near to you, the vase itself will never be full and will eventually fall and crash on the side. vase stays tall if you stay strong and allow yourself to be filled up to water. The water will keep filling until the water overflows and pours into the cups that surround you. The vase can stay strong, you can be strong. Everything you need to give can flow out of you without taking your own energy. Contract and expand. Contract, exhale. Expand